I don't believe that you may consolidate everything in one place. It's a brilliant solution which is looking for a serious problem to solve. My idea is actually to show this to young kids in order for them then to innovate later on. Hi guys, I'm Remigijus Simasius, Mayor of Vilnius. I'm doing all my best to promote Vilnius as the city which is the most open and the fastest in accepting new technologies and new things. We discussed about things, and we discussed about blockchain first of all, and this discussion was that some people do not know what is happening in blockchain, and of course when you do it every day it sounds like ridiculous. Why people do not know about these fascinating things which are happening? To me it's quite natural because it's very often when people are doing great things, and of course people in the streets or in their houses simply do not care about things. They just care about the things they get, or they care about the service they get. And again, for example, very few people know that the biggest logistical company of Europe is in Lithuania. It's a Lithuanian company owning like 12,000 trucks and acquiring first Tesla truck in the world. Again, maybe people do not know it, but who cares? We do provide service, we do create value, we do add value to that, and that's the creation of wealth, and which is great. So to me, I do not care about it a lot, but I do want Vilnius to be known for certain areas, and Fintech is definitely one of these three key areas. Fintech, because it's based on mathematical, on financial knowledge, and we have this knowledge. We attract big names, we attract new solutions, we attract startup companies, and this is a growing sector in Vilnius, which is very, very important sectors. The other two are optoelectronical sector, lasers in other words, and life science, which are also very sophisticated areas. People do not know how the medicine is produced when they consume it, very sophisticated medicine. Sometimes they are amazed that 1 gram of product may cost like 5 million euros, which is amazing. But yes, these things are happening, and Vilnius has these three areas which are focusing most in order to be best in the areas which are very relevant in the future. Of course, competition among cities is the key driving force for humanity, I think. What I can observe today, that even competition between countries is not so obvious as competition between cities. Because again, majority of humanity do live in the cities. Cities were invented like 7,000 years ago and we're growing since then. And of course, competition is very important for us. In some areas we do compete even with Lithuanian cities, but in majority of areas we do compete with other European cities, or sometimes globally. In Fintech, we do compete with Warsaw, with Prague, sometimes with Tallinn, sometimes with other cities. In life science, we do compete globally with Singapore, with Korea, with other countries and cities in there. So competition is of course driving force. I don't believe that you may consolidate everything in one place and say that nobody else is allowed to compete and we will have everyone in one place. No, you have to compete for being a consolidation place. So that's the key driver in the economy. If I was very enthusiastic about it, Vilnius would have this already. So I think, of course, it's interesting, it's innovative. Whether it brings it somewhere, I do not know yet. And still, I do believe in blockchain. That is a very brilliant, nice technology. But still, I do subscribe and do say it quite often that it's a brilliant solution which is looking for a serious problem to solve. So people like blockchain, people do experiment with blockchain, and I think that will bring to a good result. But I think we still do not know what kind of result that will be. We didn't experience blockchain revolution yet. Cryptocurrencies or those tokens, it's not what is changing people's everyday life. But technology is promising. So of course we do not know whether it will prevail and bring tremendously good results, or maybe it will fail and some new technologies will come. We do not know it. but the only way to know about it is actually to practice and to do and to innovate. So Vilnius wants to be very clearly at the edge of this innovation. If it fails, we want to be the first to fail and to go on other things. If it prospers, so we want to be first on prospering on this. Yeah, we do not focus so much on blockchain in terms of education, but we do focus on other things, on creativity and IT education and engineering and robotic education. So one of our initiatives was to provide every fifth year student with a microcomputer in order for them to boost creativity and in allowing to know how fascinating IT creativity can be. Because sometimes people switch to social sciences, where I'm from, for example, or switch to humanitarian sciences, or switch to physical activities or whatever, without even noticing how romantic IT or engineering can be. So my idea is actually to show this to young kids in order for them then to innovate later on. I don't believe that we have to focus on very specific technologies, but rethinking, redesigning educational schemes, I think it's very important. So we've had this very serious discussion when we do have to start, what things have to be started in kindergarten, what things have to be started in school. So for example, with computer, with programming, with all these things, so we decided that it's like 5 years, fifth grade students, which means 11, 12 years kids are the best ones to start with programming and with innovating with both IT and robotics. So this is our key issue, and this I think will bring good value in 10 years. Election is coming for the second term. So for me it's very clear I have this vision for Vilnius, what I have to do in making this even more beautiful and livable. Even though today we in the rankings of life and work balance, we are ranking very high in terms of financial attractiveness, investment attractiveness, and according to Financial Times for FDI index we are very high, actually on the top. But still we have a lot to do in this area, and I'm very fascinated with this.